So today I will be taking out the Moment 58mm right here. This time it's going to be with both the Vivo X100 Pro and the Sony Xperia 1 Mark V. And I've already done a video with focusing on the 1 Mark V paired with that lens. But I'm going to talk real quickly about why I don't think the Vivo X100 Pro is a very good match for the Moment 58. So really quickly, if you do decide to pick one of these up, you're going to, let's see if they have it written on here. There we go, right there. Maybe I can get really close to that. You need to make sure that if you're using a newer phone, you're going to be wanting the T series lenses here. I think the other one is the M series. The T series here is what you're going to want. It is for the new, more modern, larger smartphones. And you're going to want to get both the little clamp mount here that they have, and then whatever lens you choose. In this case, it's the 58mm for me. And the way you want to attach this is you want to look on the back of your Vivo here, and you want to identify the main camera. It's going to be this one right here, and you can kind of tell because it's going to be opposite of the little periscope zoom, and it has kind of like a more square shape on the inside there. So make sure we are working with this lens here. And then actually with the Vivo here, it works out kind of perfectly. So you're going to want to line it up just kind of like so, and we're going to go over the top here like this, and you're going to want to work it around until you get it perfectly lined up with that main lens. And the way that it is with the case on here, it actually lines up just perfectly there vertically with the lens going from the top. And then once you have it centered on there where it looks to be pretty good, just tighten that back knob a bit. It's actually not going to turn too much because it's already pretty tight on there, but there you go. Now you have it installed. And then if you look, you have a bayonet style mounting system right here. And if you look at the back of our lens here, you can see our little bayonet style mounts. So what you're gonna do is just line them up like so, twist it in, and now you are attached on the side there. It looks like I did it upside down, but that's fine. Still functions the exact same. Just make sure that when you twist it, it is all the way tight. And there you go. Now you are ready to go shooting. I showed a similar process in my Xperia 1 Mark V plus the Moment, the dedicated video that I did with that. And now I just want to explain a little bit why I don't think the Vivo X100 Pro is a great pairing with the Moment lenses. So if you've seen my comparison videos between these two phones right here, you know that I talk a lot about the sensor size difference on that main sensor between the two devices. And it is considerably bigger here on the Vivo X100 Pro, but due to the constraints that they've kind of put in place here, you don't want too large, too tall of a camera bump there, so they have some certain kind of parameters to work within. And that means that you are going to get quite a shallow depth of field here with this device. That on top of the fact that the Vivo X100 Pro does not include a variable manual aperture or anything like that. It is always just constantly, what is it, I think f1.8. So what that means is naturally your photos are going to have really shallow depth of field. If you own a Vivo X100 Pro or one of these similar devices, then you'll notice it especially on photos up close. It's really hard to get kind of the entire area in focus. And so that is one of the downsides of having this setup here. So maybe, for example, if they were willing to get a thicker camera bump or included a variable aperture on here, that could help alleviate some of those issues. But this is one of those rare situations where the Xperia actually comes out on top due to having that smaller main sensor. So with that already natural shallow depth of field here at the 23mm that this lens is already at, when you bump that up here to about 58 with the Moment lens, what that means is you're going to barely be able to, if ever, focus correctly on a subject. And it leads to overall incredibly soft photos. So hopefully you'll see later on in the video some of the differences between these two. But with that out of the way, let's jump right in and get into some photos. So I'm personally just a fan of these kind of setups where you have a vending machine kind of off-centered, but we've also got some different light sources around here. So I'm going to play with these and see what we can do with some editing. Alright, I stopped here because we have a little bit of light still coming through and hitting the buildings back there, and I also like the little flashing light right there. And so I figured what I could do is I could use this tree right here to kind of add some depth to the photo. And you can see we've got the other trees kind of going that way, and we'll just keep right here as kind of the center point, and we'll see what that looks like. Alright, so I just wanted to take a picture of here just because there is pretty good contrast between the light and dark. I like how the dark kind of leads to the light there right in the middle, so we're going to see what we can do with this one. Alright, so for this spot here, I really liked how you kind of had this open space here, and then I like the curve of the stairs there going up. So maybe I can put like the stairs right here on the left third, and then maybe the open space on the right third, and we can see what this one will look like. Honestly, not sure if I can really put into words why exactly I like this spot, but I really wanted to try to line up the middle of the edge of the stairs there, right with the edge of the corner of that building. I don't know if it's just all of the shapes going on or what. Alright, so I'm running out of light here. You can see the sun is going down, but I really like the kind of light on the building right here, and what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get really close to the edge here, so I'm gonna be using the 48mm. So I'm gonna try and help. I like this this arrow right here, it's kind of pointing. I'm gonna use that a little bit, I think, to kind of point, and we're gonna get a shot kind of like that. And so with this spot here, I really like the just kind of modern, maybe not industrial, I'm not quite sure what to call it here, but just the kind of geometric shapes going on. I like the light right here. I really like the color of the greenery right here as well. And then I like the backdrop also being squares, but a little bit off to kind of match but still contrast that spot. So let's see what this one will look like. Alright, I'm kind of a sucker for standalone bikes, especially on rusty side rails like that, and lucky for us, it's right in between those two poles right there. So we've got a little bit of symmetry and then a little bit of off-puttingness as well, since that is not symmetrical at all. Alright, so maybe a little bit less of a subject with this one. I did kind of like the tree here, but I think I'm going to want to put it on kind of the right third side there, but I really like the beams of light coming in, and then this other layer of kind of light on the top, and then I like how it's suddenly dark on the bottom, so I think it's a nice combination of a lot of different levels of light there. Look at these little guys running around. But yeah, I just like the mix of lots of different lighting. So you've got the darker shadows, you've got the kind of mid-level lights right there, and then you've got also the dark tree and the... Wow, they are so loud. Alright, let's see how it looks. Alright, I'm liking this spot because our railing over here kind of almost naturally frames this this curved spot right here. So I like how everything's kind of curving that way, and then you've got this opposite one going down here. But I think we're going to wait for a car to come through here, and hopefully that'll be good.